I think most of us can agree that Ahsoka has been a really good show so far, and with the finale coming out tonight at time of this video's release, I wanted to go over a few of my predictions for how it's going to go. And with these predictions, I'm going to try to focus on characters as individuals rather than the story as a whole, so just bear with me. So I guess let's just start with our title character, Ahsoka. I have no worries whatsoever about Ahsoka's health and well-being. This is her show, she's the main character. She's gonna be fine. Not worried whatsoever. I do think we're gonna witness Ahsoka's death at some point in Star Wars, whether it be a future Star Wars show, a future season of this show, or a movie. I feel like it's coming eventually, but as far as right now goes, she's fine. Sabine is another character that I think is perfectly fine, health and well-being wise. I have no fear about her death. I do think that we've been pushing throughout this show for Sabine to be a Force user, so maybe in the finale we'll have some sort of Force moment with Sabine. I'm crossing my fingers that that doesn't happen, to be honest. I've never wanted that to happen, but I do think it is a real possibility that that happens. I think that Sabine will continue to be Ahsoka's apprentice, but as far as anything other than that, I don't have any real predictions for her character. Ezra's character worries me. I think myself and all other Rebels fans really want to see him be able to go home. The very last line of episode 7 makes me a little nervous because he said, "I think I might be going home after all," and anytime something like that gets said, it doesn't happen. I feel like there is a possibility, not a big one, but a possibility that Ezra dies. And I really hope that doesn't happen because I am a fan of his character and I want to see him have a happy ending. But I think there's a possibility that we don't get that. And I'm really hoping that it's just me and I'm wrong, but we'll see. Baylan's character has been one of the most interesting in the entire show, and we still, at this point, do not know his true purpose and goal. We're going to find that out, and I think that will determine his fate. At the beginning of this show, I predicted that Baylan would die, and I still think that's a real possibility. I'm not sure if that's going to happen per se, but I'm going to be consistent, and I'm still going to predict that Baylan dies in the finale. I remember in one of the first videos I made about Ahsoka, I predicted that Shin could come back to the light side, or at least stray farther from the darkness, and I think her scenes in the last episode, in episode 7, show that that kind of could still be a possibility. I'm just going to go ahead and be consistent with that one too and say that maybe she isn't loyal to Thrawn and stays somewhere in the middle or even comes to the light for the finale, and maybe that'll be her character going forward. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. I'm not gonna say that she sticks with Thrawn or is loyal to Thrawn. Speaking of Thrawn, I think Thrawn goes home. I don't think we stop him. I think he wins, or at least, wins by getting away. Either that, or we think we stopped him, but we didn't, and he goes home. One of those two. Thrawn's too big of a character, too much setup, too much of a threat to be able to just be taken out in one season of a show. I think Thrawn is going to be one of those characters who's like Moff Gideon, where he's just around for a couple of years in different Star Wars projects, or the effects of what he does are talked about or addressed in several different Star Wars projects. He's just too big of a character. You can't write him off right now. That being said, I think a lot of other characters in this show are fair game. I think Captain Enoch could die. I think Morgan Elsbeth could die. I think Huyang could be destroyed. I don't necessarily want any of them to get destroyed or killed. I think there's more stories that could be told with these characters, but anything can happen. The final prediction I wanted to give is I think we see a Hayden Christensen. I don't know if it's going to be a hologram Hayden Christensen, Force Ghost Hayden Christensen, or Hayden Christensen's voice in Ahsoka's head. Something. I think we're going to get Hayden Christensen. If we don't get Hayden Christensen, I'm counting on there being another fun cameo. If it's not Hayden Christensen, I don't know who it's going to be. I don't really want to speculate so that I can be surprised, but I'm thinking that we're going to get one because this show has given us so many already. It just makes sense for there to be one more. But that's all the predictions I have for now. Stay tuned because the finale comes out tonight at the time of this video's release. I'm going to be doing a review on that episode, and I'm going to be doing a review later on the show as a whole. So if you want to see those, stay tuned. If not, see you later.